All right, everybody, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Jedi Modi Sports Betting. Again, what we are doing is locking in some bets for the play-in game for tonight, Wednesday, April 12th. We have the 9 versus 10 games. The first game on the East, we have the the Raptors, hosting the Bulls. And in the other game, we have the Pelicans hosting the Thunder. Before we get into it, would appreciate those of you watching if you could like, comment, and subscribe. And then, of course, hit me up on my social media you see on the screen here as well at Jedi Modi. Post a bunch of stuff over the course of the day. Not everything, unfortunately, can make it into a video. But for these two games, I have 3 picks for you guys. 2 main line props, 1 player prop, all found using oddsjam, using the different array of tools that oddsjam has to offer. In the first game, we have Bulls Raptors. To be honest with you, I'm expecting this one to be pretty gross. The over-under sits at, for most books, at 214.5, which is pretty low for an NBA game. But both of these offenses stink. They can't shoot, but they're both pretty good on defense. So, as I'm sure this isn't coming as a surprise to you, we will be locking in the under in this one. You can get a really good price on PointsBet offering their main line of this at 215 at minus 110 odds. And as you can see on the screenshot here, pulled directly from oddsjam, literally every other book has their main line of this total either at 214.5, with one book that actually has it at 214, a full point lower. And for those of you that have been sports betting for a long time, you know that these points or half points can be a huge deal. I mean, we see sharp sports books like Pinnacle, like Circa Vegas, which is incredibly sharp, price this at 214.5. As I mentioned, we have one that has it at 214. That would be Circa, another sharp sports book. And then we see other sharp books that actually favor the under at 214.5. So between these two teams, maybe we could see like a Zach LaVine go off or something, but I'm not expecting there to be a ton of points scored. I'm not expecting this to be a super fun game to watch. So we're going to go ahead and go with the under. And that's it for Bulls Raptors. Next up, we have again, Pelicans hosting the Thunder. And I really like the Pelicans to win and cover in this one at minus 4.5. You can get this at minus 115 at BetMGM. As you can see on the screen here, we are getting a pretty good price at BetMGM for a main line. These small differences you see in the odds across the books are a really big deal when it comes to these tight market lines, like a main line, like a money line, point spread, total, stuff like that. As we can see across the board, Pinnacle has this at minus 123, but really, really tight juice if you just compare both sides of the Pinnacle line. And then pretty much across the board, we see in the minus 130s, right? So we're getting a pretty good price here on BetMGM at minus 115. Now, admittedly, I love what the Thunder have done this year. Incredibly young team. SGA is an absolute stud, will probably be first team All NBA. I love their young players. I love Dort. I love Jalen Williams. Poku, even though he's not actually that good, it's just a fun name. Josh Giddey is incredible. But the Pelicans are just better. They're more experienced, and they have literally been through this exact scenario before. They won 2 games in the play-in last year to go to the playoffs, right? They made the 8 seed, winning 2 play-in games. They even took the Suns to 6 games in that first round series, that playoff series. So when you look at the Pelicans roster, they just have more players that you trust in a big spot, right? Obviously, Brandon Ingram has been playing incredibly recently. If he was healthy and playing like this all year, he would have made an All-NBA team. Then they have CJ McCollum, who back in his Blazer days literally brought the Blazers to the Western Conference Finals in that Game 7 against the Nuggets. I mean, obviously this was like 4 years ago at this point, but still, you can trust CJ McCollum to score. And then I also just don't think that the Thunder really have an answer for Valanciunas. I think they're going to feed Valanciunas down low. I think they're going to get him started early. I think he's going to get going early and often. And then, of course, Brandon Ingram, like I said, he's just been amazing as a scorer, as a facilitator. So I just like what the Pelicans have in this game compared to the Thunder. Obviously, the Pelicans are the home team as well. So Pelicans minus 4.5, minus 115 odds at BetMGM. I really do like. And then the last one that we have here is a player prop in Pelicans Thunder, and we are locking in Jalen Williams to go over 21.5 points plus rebounds. This is at plus 110 odds at PointsBet. Another great play that I found here, awesome price. This one I found on the low holds page. As you can see, it's a direct low hold to a couple other sports books. One thing that I like about this one in terms of the value, if you just look at where the other sports books price it, we see 3 sports books that actually favor the over, literally have the over as the more likely scenario. And what I mean by that is they are literally just charging more money towards the over versus the under. That's the sports book telling you, hey, we think that this is more likely, so we are charging more money for it. And again, we're getting it for plus money at PointsBet. So we're getting it at a number where we don't even need to hit 50% of the time in order to be profitable. So love these plus money bangers. Williams, incredible player, probably going to finish second in Rookie of the Year to Banchero. You can make the argument that he actually should win, but he probably won't. Now, if you look at his stats, he's only hit this in 1 of his last 4. But if you look at the prior 15 sample size outside of these last 4, he's hit that in 11 of 15. Now, I know the Pelicans have a pretty decent defense, so it's not like Jalen Williams is going to go off like Shea for 30, but he has been taking a bigger role over the course of the season. Like I said, probably going to finish second in Rookie of the Year. So I really do like this play. Jalen Williams over 21.5 points plus rebounds, plus 110 odds at PointsBet. And that's going to be it. So 3 bangers for you guys to lock in. Bulls, Raptors under 215, Pelicans minus 4.5, and Jalen Williams over 21.5 points plus rebounds. And that's it. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you have any comments, whether you're tailing, fading, whatever that may be, let me know in the comments, comment on the video. Other than that, please remember to like, subscribe, hit me up on social media, and that's it. So appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.